Underground Podcast.
Chumachanga 14?
14.
All right. 14, here we are. We're in the teens.
That is it.
Where were you when you were 14? Or how were you when you were 14?
Ninth grade?
Ninth grade, yeah?
I want to say ninth grade. 8th or 9th?
8th or ninth.
Right around there.
14, yeah. Oh, yeah. No,
Yeah.
I think you're in high school by 14, right?
Yeah. So ninth grade, yeah. I was a freshman.
Yeah. I think I was wearing red pants when I was 14. Yeah, I think I was.
I was wearing my first metal shirt that I've ever gotten.
Really?
Yeah.
What was that one?
Iced Earth shirt.
Was it really?
For the Glorious Burden, yeah.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That was the first metal shirt. Gotten from that concert that we went to at Lupo's.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You got the shirt there? Wow.
Yep.
I didn't know that.
I was a diehard Iced Earth fan for a long time.
Was that the show with Sanctity
No.
and Trivium?
No, that one had Trivium and Hypocrisy.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Hypocrisy.
Hypocrisy and Trivium before even Ascendancy came out.
Oh, yeah.
They just had
Yeah.
Ember to Inferno.
I went
They
over
were
to
like,
the merch booth and I met all the guys. I met Matt Heafy and all that.
that's awesome.
Yeah, he was
I wish
cool.
I had done that.
He was a little guy. He was bald.
Man, what an amazing
Really
show
nice.
that was, though. I still remember that show.
Oh,
Fucking for Gettysburg when they're dressed up in the
Oh, yeah.
Confederate and
Oh, yeah.
Union
Yeah.
uniforms and stuff. Oh, and Tim Owens. We got to see Tim Owens on stage. Oh, that was awesome.
so what was the one with Sanctity? Maybe that was a Symphony X show.
Sanctity was the Symphony X show.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It was Sanctity, Trivium, and Symphony X, I think.
That was the best.
Yeah,
That
that's
was
a good
unbelievable.
lineup, man.
Unbelievable.
That's a killer lineup. I know a lot of people hate Trivium now, but
Well, I mean, they've kind of like gone back and forth with what they're doing and how they like to write songs, and people will blame producers and co-writers and this and that, and
right.
yeah, there's definitely a few CDs that I like more than others. I actually didn't even buy the new one because I previewed so much of it. It was like, whoa,
I didn't buy it.
yeah, this is way too down a road that I just can't get into, I guess. But you can't beat. To me, you can't beat Shogun. Shogun was the best to me.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Oh yeah.
The recording
Shogun was
process,
great.
the way it sounds.
And Ascendancy, of course, because that was like
Yeah, that was
I
big time.
loved Ascendancy because that just put them
I actually bought their
On
first
the map.
CD. What was it? Amber into
Ember to Inferno.
Inferno,
Yeah. I
yeah.
like that one too. I do.
I bought that at Walmart one day when I didn't even know who they were, and I just bought it because of the cover. I was young.
Oh, nice.
Yep. And I remember that some of the last tracks actually made it onto Ascendancy. And I was like, oh, I remember this track. I actually liked them. Actually liked the tracks better when they were on the first self-produced CD. I think it was self-produced, or it was on Life Force Records, maybe. Remember
was
Life
it?
Force? Life Force was the label that Matt, what's his last name? Matt from Shadows Fall ran. Life Force. Do you remember that at all? No.
No, I don't remember that one. Shadows Fall was a band that I never really got into.
Really?
Yeah. Like every once in a while I'd be like, oh, that's a neat song, but then I never.
And now you listen to it now and you still don't like it, or you just haven't given them
I
time?
just still haven't even like really sat down with them. I was more a God forbid guy.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
They were heavy. No, you weren't. You fucking liar. No, you weren't.
No, just
You
not.
didn't even listen
I
to
just
them.
didn't listen to the first CD. I got into Constitution of Treason and Earth's Blood and stuff.
Oh, okay. Constitution
And some
was,
Equilibrium
Constitution
after
was
that.
Awesome.
I love that one. Yeah,
a
that's
really
the one
good
that got me into them.
Yeah. My
Fucking
favorite one was Gone Forever. That
Fallen
is
Hero
the
and stuff.
heaviest CD ever.
Yeah, that's
Gone
the first one,
Forever.
right?
No, that's their second one. The first one, what was the first one?
I thought that was.
No, let me
No?
let me find out. God forbid. First CD. Yeah, I had that for a very long time. Let's see. Oh, it was Determination.
Determination.
Yeah. For $6.95 if you'd like it on eBay,
It's
anyone.
a good metal title.
Yeah, it was good.
Determination.
See? Let me see.
Sounds like an Arch Enemy song, actually.
Determination
We're gonna rise up.
of the rebellion.
The rebellion. Rise up, break these shackles.
Jesus Christ.
Oh.
All
We
right.
still love you, though.
No, I do.
Damn it. I love you
I do.
guys so much.
I do.
Be my friends.
They could be your friends.
Yeah. Why not? Now
So to start things off, here we go.
All right.
Number 14. My
All
God.
right.
Right
No
into
more,
the music.
No more of the side convos here.
So where are we going? Where are we? What are we doing?
What are we doing? Well,
You can find out by going to firstlook.org, which is the
I
intercept.
forgot all about this trip.
Yeah, me too.
I was trying to just jump right in.
I know. Well, that's what we ended up doing, just jumping right in.
Hey, that's how we roll.
So real quick, the Intercept. It's a news domain. It keeps you up to date with a lot of just a lot of news stories going on internationally, nationally. They obviously are covering some of the more hot topics now, which I think at least for me as of today, this Bergdahl, the soldier that was captured for 5 years, and then we gave over a handful of detainees for this guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now he's going on trial and stuff like that, and he could be facing life in jail.
Yeah.
For a couple of different reasons. So, there's articles on here about that, and a bunch of other stuff. New Canadian counterterrorism law threatens environmental groups. Ooh la la, espionage. Nage-toi.
Espionage. Don't add that on the end.
So,
say that James Bond movie. Oh, speaking of
I
James Bond.
I did see the new preview.
Did you?
That looks
You hear
creepy.
Christoph Waltz right at the end?
Oh, is that him?
That's him.
Yes.
He's gonna be the villain in that
Oh
movie.
my goodness.
Oh, I got the chills when he started talking to him.
Yeah, it's creepy. What is
man.
that thing at the end? Very Illuminati looking.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like,
Whoa.
and he's clearly the head of them, so it's gonna. I think it's gonna be
it's gonna be
awesome.
great.
It's gonna
It's
be
gonna be
awesome.
great.
Skyfall was great too.
Yeah,
So.
I watched the two previous ones real quick before I go and watch that one.
Yeah.
So they might have some news on a James Bond-esque character on the Intercept maybe someday. Because why? Because they go down and deep to figure out the shit that's going on.
That's right. They got the information. Check it out, folks. Get your knowledge on.
Get your knowledge on the Intercept. So check them out. Like I said, I've pushed this site for a little while, and a long while ago, I kind of got wind of it. Like I said, this is a site that's run by Glenn Greenwald, and he has a couple different associates with it, one of them being Jeremy Scahill, and the funding comes from, I believe, the guy who owns eBay. I think that's what I said last time. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's a lot of money.
That is.
Yeah. So check it out. Like I said, it's the Intercept. You can Google it, but the actual site itself, you can just put in theintercept.org, and it'll redirect you to the actual site. Because for some reason they don't use the intercept.org. It's firstlook.org/theintercept. I haven't really figured out why. So go and check that out. Number 2 is the web hosting that we use for this podcast, which is podbean.com.
That's right.
That is right. We use a free service, which is a very bare bone. You have maybe 8 different little themes to choose from if you want to use it for the background, or you can just upload your own photos that kind of that go with your podcast. And you can customize just a free site. And what I just realized, I went back and managed some of the media in here. And before I was saying that you can only put up one podcast at a time, because I thought the limit was 32 megabytes or something like that. And when I went through the media in this, I cleared out, for some reason, it held on to the very first podcast I ever did. And when I got rid of it, I realized you can actually put up 2 podcasts at once instead of just one.
Oh, that's good.
So
we can get a couple on there.
Yeah. You have now you can have 2 on there, and then you can also obviously it corresponds with the iTunes, so you can have 2 on iTunes at once as well. So if anybody wants to download the new one or a previous one or anything like that. So that was a nice little perk that I found out. So if you want to use it, you've got enough memory. I'd say for what was it? I think it was 50 megabytes. So, depending on how long your podcasts are, if they're only 10 minutes, you could probably put 4 or 5. But if they're a good 40 minutes or so, like ours, you can definitely at least fit 2, with some memory left over, but you're not going to be able to fit too much more after that. So check it out. Like I said, podbean.com. It has you can use it for free with its very kind of skeletal setup with your home page and everything like that. You can kind of make your own domain, but you have to add podbean.com after it. You can get you can subscribe to them, so then you get more memory, and it's like $3 a month. There's an unlimited audio for $8, unlimited video, which is 18. So if you do video like how we do it with this one, you can throw them on here and on YouTube, obviously, too. But it's nice, like I said last time, that to be able to have everything all together in one place, so people don't have to go left and right and up and down and to find links to your stuff in whatever way they want to listen to it, whether it's a download or watching it or whatever. So so check it out, and it's easy to navigate. It's easy to work. I've used a couple different web hosting ones, but this one was a big deal just because you get an RSS feed, and to me, getting it on iTunes was a big deal because of how convenient it is. Most people use it, so you can download it right off there. You can download it off at this site, but either way, one or the other, you know how it works. If you subscribe to something on your iTunes, you're going to get a notification of it, and then you can just download it right there, opposed to trying to go online and make your presence kind of heard by reposting things, and obviously people get sick of it. But hey, you got to do what you got to do if you want to.
If you want to get that foot in the door.
Yeah, if you want people to just kind of enjoy it and listen to it, you got to let people know. Not everybody is gonna be at their computers every single day, so. You have to do a lot of self-promotion. But like I said, with the RSS feed and with subscriptions, just one notification, new podcast is up. And then if you want to listen to it, it's, you just download it. It makes it easier when you have an RSS feed. So, podbean.com, theintercept.org, get on it. Make your podcasts. Get your news. Thumbs up. You're smashing the computer.
I was doing it with your leg hits. So that's it. There we go.
That's it.
Bada boom. Check it out, folks.
This is a pre-evening podcast, finally.
I know.
It's only like 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
And we usually do them at like 8 or 9 at night.
Yeah. I'm yawning still, though.
Oh, wow. And you're dying already.
I need a nap.
I need an afternoon nap.
No.
I'm tired from drinking my iced coffee.
I know, right? This coffee's really wearing me out.
So hit me up, dude. What's going on in your life? What's going on?
Saw a disturbing article online regarding the TSA.
The TSA?
Their union is petitioning and calling for the federal government to allow them to arm employees with firearms.
Whoa. Is that in every state or specific states?
Oh, no, that's just the TSA. That's every state. This is the organization of the TSA.
Really?
Everywhere.
Do they not think that they do a good enough job now without them? Like, what was the article? Did you read the headline or did you read the article?
No, I read the article,
okay.
and I wish I had the link, but it's saved in here.
Oh, your 1999 fucking phone.
Rather than on the other laptop.
I know.
But basically what they're calling for is, I'm not sure what the vetting thing would be to determine which people get the guns, but I'm sorry. I don't want to see guns in the hands of the people that are so poorly trained that they're pulling 90-year-old women out of the lines and groping them and feeling them up and, like, basically just making people's lives a living hell.
Yeah.
Don't give these power-hungry people guns, because how long is it going to be before you hear in the news that a TSA agent lost it and fucking shot somebody?
Yeah.
Like I've just heard so many stories about them being corrupt and like confiscating people's shit that they never see again. Like, so like I've heard like collectors of like silver coins and stuff, they just get them taken away because it's like.
So they're just kind of they can be a little sketchy, obviously, right?
Yeah.
What's the word? Like incompetent.
Plus, depending on who's actually being allowed to have these guns, it's just like. It just
so you don't think
like,
it would just be supervisors or anything like that?
I think it's a recipe for disaster even with supervisors, because sure, they might get some training on it and be a little bit more level-headed, but when you look at the people that are in the TSA, I mean, what's that really going to help? They already have air marshals, they already have state troopers at every airport that have guns and have been training and have been doing their job for years on dealing with criminals.
Yeah.
And what has the TSA really done besides harass, grope, and molest people in their airports? Do you really want to give these people guns so they can be even more
Yeah.
power tripped out. Like,
Well, it's like I never see anything in the news about it, but what you do see, what you get wind of, seems to be all of these accounts with the TSA that are really inappropriate.
yeah,
But you
the
don't.
molestations
Yeah.
that they do on people, and
Yeah.
like, I'm not saying that those would be the people that would get the guns either.
No.
Like, I would hope that their plan is higher ups, but at the same time, I feel like that they already have supreme power in the airport to decide who gets on the planes and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, giving them guns is just like, they already have access to tasers and stuff too, I believe. So why do you need? I don't know.
Well, there's something on here that's talking about a recent machete thing that went down.
Yeah, where they would want someone with guns. But I think the solution isn't to give them the guns.
Yeah.
Because I feel like they are, no matter what, they're probably not going to be as qualified as if we just stuck a random air marshal into the area. Let's throw a couple of those guys that are like trained agents directly from the government. They know what they're doing. They've been, that's their job for years, is catching sadistic motherfuckers that are.
And it's different too, because if you give them guns, they're not. To me, it doesn't seem like they're in the same kind of explosive position that a police officer is. A police officer has a gun, and usually when you interact with a police officer, something's kind of going down in the sense of either something really bad and he's coming to the scene, or even if the police officer pulls someone over, you're about to engage in something that could get really bad because it comes as a surprise to the driver. And the driver could be anyone, but someone going through, the lines at the airport, it's like they're intentionally there. They've intentionally spent the money to get tickets, and even if you are someone who is, who knows, has explosives on them, having a gun, not having a gun, I don't think is going to make much of a difference.
Yeah, like, and
And
even
I guess
these
I'm
people
saying
with explosives, they could get tasered and dropped too. Like,
well, they could.
You don't have to cap them. Like,
well, I guess what I'm saying is I see your point as to let's not just arm another whole demographic of people, with guns.
that, like, I feel
But
like
I also see
there's so much.
I also see it as less of a threat than arming.
Less effective, like.
I see it less of a threat giving them guns than the environments of where a lot of gun violence happens with police officers or arming teachers in schools,
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of intent at the airport. And like I said before, the aspect of being surprising someone in their car, you don't know what the intentions of those individuals are.
Oh yeah, you never know.
You most
and
likely
it's
know
like,
what the intent is of some
Yeah.
guy and girl just going through the line at the airport.
Right.
They probably just want to get on.
They just want to fly in a fucking plane.
So like, what's the typical most dangerous scenario? That a TSA literally freaks out and pulls out a gun because somebody doesn't want to open up their bag?
Exactly.
But I don't think that's going to happen too often or at all.
No,
you know what I mean?
It
the
might
environment
not.
doesn't. To me, that type of environment isn't going to pull someone to actually reach the gun out and actually say, "No, I need you to unzip your bag." With a gun, like there's going to be a lot of regulations on when you can pull this out.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. There
When
should
the line
be
is very
regulations.
thin when you're pulling someone over in a car.
But at the same time, the issue there is, what kind of training are these people going to get? Is it going to be quality training? And I feel like the TSA has so many people that it's I don't think it's that hard to get a job at the TSA right now. And if it's just this random person that's in there that somehow was able to climb the ranks and get to the level where he has a gun, that's when mistakes can happen. I feel like giving people guns is just opening up for more room for error, when I'd rather have the TSA guys with their tasers and the federal air marshals that are way more professionally trained.
Yeah.
Let them be the guys with a presence in the airport with guns. And the best part is no one knows they're a marshal. So say a gunman comes into an airport.
Yeah.
they're going to target the TSA guys because they're all in uniform. The marshal isn't going to be seen by this psychotic asshole with a
so
gun.
he has an advantage.
And he's got the advantage to take him out. Whereas you might save a life, too, but if you get this one TSA guy that's trying to be a hero and, tries to pull out the gun and he's not trained properly enough or anything like that, and it's just...
Well, what we hope for is that they would get trained very well, right?
Yeah. You would
they
want
would
them
go
to get
through all
trained
the
very
proper
well.
classes, all the proper channels, get the right guidance, and use the right gun, obviously.
Or it could
be
just go
equipped
the
with
Texas route and let everybody open carry, in airports and be like, okay, corral, baby.
Oh, yeah. Well,
no, some of what Texas does I actually agree with, too.
Yeah.
Like, that right now they're pushing to, I guess it's going to become, it's like close to being passed in Texas, that students on campus are going to be allowed to carry guns, open carry. And I actually really like that, in the sense of, I mean, and at the same time, you're running the same risk of, that there's obviously a big room for error.
Yeah.
But you do want some people to be able to have guns for that one psychotic kid that comes in with a gun.
Yeah,
and
but
does crazy shit.
I guess as a policy with face value, it sounds like you're saying that all students, right?
Right, that's
so
what
how
they're
do you
talking
figure
about.
out?
So that's the
you
thing.
can have one, but you can't. But you can, but you can't.
Yeah, that's the problem.
I don't know.
It's
I don't know how that process is going to go down with if what you're saying is true and they want to allow students to have guns. I mean, how overly tired are these kids all the time? How half in the bag are they on some occasions?
Right.
College students binge drink like crazy.
Oh yeah.
How good are their social skills? How well are they accepting other people? There's a lot of different factors that come into play.
Yeah.
You motherfucker, you fucking had sex with my girlfriend.
Which is an issue with the TSA guys too.
I got 8 beers in me, and you ain't my color. You're fucking dead.
Yeah, they could be the same fucking.
You're gonna give a college student that when that's usually their first reaction. A lot of times is just to be reactive to people
and fucking
because
snap.
everyone's swinging their dick on campus because you're just at that age.
Yeah, and what I was thinking is, kind of on as far as my stance of having the air marshals be the ones with the guns in airports and stuff, maybe something similar could be used for college campuses where it's not every fucking student, or maybe the faculty is trained because they're obviously supposed to be the more level-headed people, but then it's like, it's a hot button issue.
It is. It's weird because,
what do you have to do to protect people?
Well, why does it feel like all of this is so popular now? Is it...
After the school shootings, I mean, Columbine started there, and
did it start there? Did it not start before that? Are they covering so many more stories these days that we're seeing more of these stories? So out of the hundreds, tens of thousands of schools, high schools, colleges, when you have a gun incident like this, or a mental issue incident, really, that's what it is. But I understand when people say that there's a huge flooding of guns kind of in and around our society.
Right.
I do kind of get that. But it definitely comes down to the fucking brain, and your intent, and who you are, how you're raised, what the conditions are really chemically on just your whole mindset. But, or are we just seeing these events a little more often now because... information is easy to get to. I mean, we both got computers. I can look this up. I can look stats up, all of this shit. So it's like, and I'm not trying to justify it, but are we taking an extreme route on we all need to take arms because of maybe 4 events out of the year, 4 big ones?
Oh, yeah.
Or is it more?
I mean, it might be more.
And they're just not reporting it? Or has it always been this much and we just are just fed so much news, and that as much as you don't want to admit it, killings and all of this stuff is fucking media candy. So they're gonna want to throw it down your throat.
That's what they are gonna want to throw at people. The blood and gore is what sells. That's what gets ratings and stuff.
And
which is frustrating because that's ulterior motives too. And It's a mess.
It is, man.
It's a
hard.
fucking mess.
You have
It's
to
a
think
mess.
really deeply, I think, sometimes when you see things bubbling up, or when a certain topic comes on to, really comes on the scene, and everybody kind of knows about it, and everybody wants to try to have an opinion on something. You really have to paper trail some of these things back and see how many different avenues influence, are part of the influence, of
Yes.
information and things like that. And just just kind of with the things you're talking about. I don't know. I obviously don't know. I'm just kind of wondering, like, oh, is it an extreme answer to something that's kind of been going on, and arming people here left and right doesn't seem like it's the actual answer, because I never hear the conversation really come up with not what am I trying to think of? With just a lot of validity to the mental state of people these days, no matter how old they are, There's so much different influence going on. We have an epidemic of just fatherless and motherless fucking kids,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Half of their universe just isn't there. And the other half is not going to be able to develop and support in the same way that two would,
Right.
And if one falls away, then there's lessons that are going to kind of like sift away, and that person has to work pretty hard growing up, realizing that they got to relearn some things or learn things in the first place that would have at least been offered to them by by a parent, that's not there.
Yeah.
And then you get lost, and then you get this, and
then
then you get these messages from this, and people treat you like shit here, and people treat you like shit there, and these people promote this kind of thing, and you just become so you're just so impressionable to so many different influences.
Yeah.
That it can drive you
And
mad.
all
It
of
can
those,
confuse you.
They just weigh down on you until
Until you get this asshole in California that thinks that he should shoot people up because no one wants to fuck him.
Yeah. Like.
And this kid had a dad, too. What the fuck went on there?
Yeah, yeah.
What went on there?
Seriously.
Obviously something was wrong with him. I don't want to always blame everything on a mommy-daddy issue or an environmental thing, But a lot of what your makeup is your influences and kind of the conditions around you that shape and chisel away at you,
Yeah.
And
things just wear people down. That's the shitty part. Like, it just constantly, all these different angles, like you were saying, it just wears people down over and over to the point where they break, and
it does wear people down, man.
it's like.
But this is what I'm talking about, It's we don't want to change the way we it's like we don't want to look at the perspectives of some of these people that have done all these wrongdoings and how they obtain these perspectives. We just want to look at the tool that
the facts of it, like what happened. He killed these people.
And what did he use? He used a gun. Let's get on the gun,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's both. Why can't it be both?
Yeah.
There's way too many guns. Way too many guns, right? I mean, it's easy to access them, and when you look at a lot of these cases, it seems that it was pretty easy for these people to get them,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But at the same time, every one of them, not every one of them, but most of them, there's a history of antidepressants with a lot of them.
Yes.
There's a lot of history of just weird activity in their adolescence, whether you look at the shooting in the theater, the shooting at the fucking school with the kids, and it's and it just keeps going on from there and there and there. It's like you said, life just weighs down on you, and enough weight will just put you on a misguided direction.
Oh, yeah.
That you will
The weight,
justify.
The weight just keeps going down until the brain can't take it anymore and it breaks. That's just how it goes. When you have that much pressure coming down on a person, eventually they're gonna fucking snap.
Yeah, we never talk about those pressures. What are those pressures? The pressures to be this and to do that and to act this way
the pressure
and
is
to not be this way.
Fit into this role of society, be this job, have this family, have.
If you never step out of line,
yeah,
it's like you have to always be on the straight and narrow with what the conditions around you call for. And if you want to think differently or do something else, or embrace something that isn't all happy-go-lucky, white flowers, happy ending kind of idealism, it's like then you could be looked down upon, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And if you feel that you're looked down upon by enough people, you're more than willing to just cut the ties to so many different social relationships, you know, endeavors, anything like that. You end up putting the middle finger up to just everyone around you.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. So I don't think that they should have guns.
No.
So I agree with you.
I agree. Leave that to the much more highly skilled, highly trained professionals. Keep it to the air marshals and the state troopers that are there, because I swear, you give a TSA agent a gun, how long before one of them just snaps and we see, rather than the police brutality headline, we get the TSA brutality headline where some poor innocent kid that got profiled ends up shot and dead, and we got another fucking George Zimmerman in the fucking TSA.
Yeah.
Killing people and getting away with it.
Exactly. And that is not patriotism. And you know what patriotism is?
That's constricting our freedoms. The TSA is just like, oh, and all in the name of security, they're going to take away
patriotism,
the rights and comfort of people.
Came from Gettysburg.
Oh.
Totally forgot. We'll do it now. We're 30 minutes in. We can do it.
Why not?
Real quick.
We're already 30 minutes in?
Yeah.
Hot diggity.
We're going to throw on some Gettysburg from Ice.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm going to learn this.
The 3-song trilogy kind of concept song that had to do with... you explain it. You're probably better at explaining the whole thing.
All about the Battle of Gettysburg, the 3 days battle during the Civil War, where it was really, it's one of the most bloody battles, with some of the highest casualties in American history, and it was all American soldiers fighting each other. The North versus the South, and it really was a big deciding factor in the end of the Civil War, in which the South was finally defeated. They were so close too. They were right there. They were so close to Washington, where Lincoln was sitting in the White House. Like, Lincoln is described as feeling the ground shake from all the cannon fire from the White House. Wow. They were so close. And General Lee sent in this massive charge on the 3rd day, and it was a huge gambit because, I mean, the North had all their cannons. They were, like, locked in a heightened position, and it was just a massacre. And that decided the fate of our country.
It was a bloody war, man.
It decided the fate of our country. We would have the South as a seceded nation if that battle had gone the other way, probably.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. The South would be a separate country. We wouldn't have any of those states in America.
We wouldn't have this song too.
I know, and this is such an epic song, dude. Oh my God.
Yeah. To anyone that doesn't know, check it out. Look up Iced Earth and try to
Earth.
Find maybe some videos or just anything that you can maybe stream
Gettysburg,
it,
man.
and it'll sell you the whole CD. It's the last 3 tunes on the
Glorious Burden.
The Glorious Burden CD.
So good.
It's probably
such a patriotic metal CD too. I love it.
It's one of the.
You got Tim Owens on vocals, ripping it up.
One of the greatest composition just ideas that I've heard in a long time. I still hold it with like huge regard. I love it.
Oh yeah,
it's amazing.
And I'm like, I'm serious. I think I'm gonna learn all the guitar parts for Gettysburg.
I would love
just
it
so
if
I
you
can
learned.
fucking jam on it whenever I want.
Oh my God!
Just
How
play
fun
it
would that
all
be?
the way through,
Yeah.
the full 30 minutes with all the symphonies in the background and stuff. Oh,
I would
such
lose
a good
it.
composition.
Yeah, man. I would lose it. I'll videotape it. I want to see it.
Yeah, Rick actually told me he wants me to make a YouTube channel
You should.
where I post like
Your tunes
playing
and stuff?
my songs and
Yeah,
stuff.
you should. Make it easy. It'd be so easy. You also need to get on the recording software too and figure out how to actually record your tunes. What's taking so long?
Well, yeah, Derek started making scratch drum tracks for one of my songs.
No, you need to ask him how to do it for yourself. You don't just have him do it. Ask him how to do it so then you don't rely on anyone.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Even if they're simple. Even if you ask him how to grab a beat just to put it on the track.
Well, yeah, I
so
know
that you
some
can
of the
play
drag
it.
and drop.
Yeah,
Like,
just drag and drop it. That's
yeah.
it. If you want to gallop and you know you're going to do something else with it, just put it up on there so you can record it.
Yeah.
And then when you go back and you really know the kind of drums your guitar track is down, you build the drums around your guitar track, you know?
Right.
But for now, just learn how to drag and drop, and that's it. You know? Make it easy on yourself. If you become more self-sufficient, you'll end up getting it done more often and quicker because you're just like, hey, can you help me?
I know what you mean.
Can you? You're not here. Oh,
okay.
Can you help me? And then it never happens. It never happens. Just do it. You know, it's easy. If I knew how to do, what the hell does he use?
Pro Tools.
If I know how to do Pro Tools, I would teach you because I know how to use it with this.
Yeah.
But I would never suggest this cockamamie shit.
No.
Sonar 6
we'll
doesn't
stick with
work.
Pro Tools.
Yeah.
But,
So, but I mean, it's all the same. It's easy.
yeah, man.
It's
and,
easy
like,
to drag and drop. It's
like,
so fucking
the problem
easy.
too is I just keep writing more songs. Like,
Yeah, but that doesn't do you any good if you actually want to record them, then record them. You know.
like
You're always going to remember to keep writing new tunes. Just pump them out, record them. You know?
I think that's the missing link is recording them because I'm writing songs, dude. I have like 3 more songs I've written in like a week and a half. That's just sitting there. Like I've been putting songs together like really fast. So I'm like,
if anything, like Rick said, maybe that would help. Even if putting drums to your music is kind of delaying you, then just make a couple videos. Hook up the computer, put it right there, get on the guitar, and then just play through the tunes.
Well, that was
and
the
you can
problem,
mentally
too.
just kind of like check it off. Like, all right, I made the video for this. This song's kind of done for now. And then eventually you can go back and actually put some drums to it, you know?
yeah, like I actually tried to record one of my songs through this laptop, but when I played it through here, the sound just, like, even with the amp turned up, it sounded really distant and far away.
Really?
So I just couldn't, I trashed the thing. You couldn't even hear.
Can you put the amp, like, maybe next to the computer?
That's the thing. I had it really close, but it
Really?
was just like the little mics on here just
Sound
couldn't
good?
pick it up.
Really?
It was just like,
Really?
no matter what, it came out really distant. I think I need like a camcorder or like something a little bit better to actually do full song recordings.
Yeah.
That'd be cool to throw it on YouTube or something.
Of course it would be cool,
That'd be
dude.
cool.
Yeah.
That was
I
a
like those
recommendation.
songs.
Shout out to Rick Maines.
Yeah,
he
happy
suggested
birthday,
that.
Rick, by the way. 'Cause
Yeah,
it is
that's
his
right.
Birthday.
That's
it was his
right.
birthday
It was.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was.
If you, he asked us if he wanted to go because he lives in Canada,
Yeah.
and I was all about it. And then I realized you guys don't have your passports.
Yeah. No passports, but
Yeah.
he's going to be coming up in the summer though.
Okay, good.
So.
Okay, good. We'll
We'll go
celebrate
for that.
then. We'll celebrate then. Yeah, man. Just get those recorded. Because this is the same conversation we always have. We've had this conversation for years. Everybody wants to record their music. Everybody's got songs done. And then it just floats away.
Yeah.
It floats
and
away.
It just doesn't happen.
Yep. It just doesn't happen.
And that's frustrating.
It is frustrating.
Especially when I got lyrics. I've got full lyrics for like 4 songs.
Yeah,
too,
especially
so it's
since
like,
you're good. You've been playing guitar for so long, and it's like just to have a couple MP3s of your music feels good, you know? To have
Yeah.
a record of it, you
just
know?
something.
Yeah, and you deserve to have your music recorded, Ryan. You're very good at guitar, very good at composition-wise. If you were able to manage the mics, the straight in, line in, guitar recording, however way you do it, and the drums, you could write a whole album by yourself if you wanted to, you know? And you would find how much fun it is to be diligent because you have something you got to do every single night, you know?
Yeah.
You're working on Brian's album, you know? And what will help that is if you know how to maneuver yourself through these fucking programs, you know?
Right,
Have
right.
Derek teach you just a bare-bones skeletal way. And then when you have time on your own, venture off and be like, well, what happens if I click this? Or what happens if I click that, you know? Just learn how to get your stuff on there. Save it, and that's it, you know? And then you can kind of gloss it up once you, like, learn the program a little more.
Right.
But it's
right.
not hard to do the drag and drop.
Yeah. Yeah. Just keep
we
the
all
bare
did
bones
that.
basic for it.
In the beginning, we all did that. I just fucking 4/4. That was it, you know?
Yeah.
Every song was in 4/4 because that's all I could drag and drop.
Well, yeah,
But it got on there.
That's the tricky part too, because some of my songs have crazy fucking time signatures. So that's another animal. But
It is an animal, but you can tame the animal. You know, you can. They're all feasible things. You know.
Yeah.
And once Derek, I think, shows you how it looks like and how to use it on there, you're going to realize it's pretty easy.
Yeah.
You know? Just get it
to
done.
actually get it done.
Yeah, I want to hear an album, man. I want to hear an album, and then You can get so big that you get paid $16 an hour.
I know, right?
I can't remember. I can't believe that.
Yeah, isn't that?
I went back and listened to that.
mind-boggling?
It was mind blowing.
Ugh, that's frustrating.
No. Either way, hopefully maybe Schaefer makes around that, but who knows?
Oh, hey, Harry.
No.
No.
Yeah, go ahead.
There is something important I need to talk about.
Well, you'll probably only have 5 minutes.
That's enough time.
That's enough time.
The weird fact of the week.
Oh God, don't do that.
I do it every time.
Okay, hit me.
Biohackers, this is intense shit,
Biohackers
have figured out a way to inject the human eye to give it the ability of night vision.
They have figured this out?
It is a thing.
It's not just like a cosmetic thing, like, I'm going to a tattoo convention, I'm going to look like a demon.
No, their
Okay.
eyes do look kind of fucked up when they get it, but
Okay.
it gives them night vision to see in the dark up to 50 feet.
What?
Yeah.
Night vision.
Dude, yeah, look it up.
Injections.
How's
It's an
that
injection,
for
right?
science? Yeah, they inject it into your eyeballs,
Wow.
and it gives you fucking night vision.
Yeah, you're right. Bunch of
Yeah.
stuff on here.
Isn't that amazing?
Eye drops, too.
If you want to become a superhero, we're getting there.
Wow.
I could be Nightcrawler.
What would you use it for?
Stalking people.
Well, you do that enough.
No.
I don't think you need a new angle for
No,
that.
I think it'd be have more use in a military sense.
Just to have
when our
less-
soldiers are out there in the field at night doing covert ops missions, give them that fucking injection. They don't need goggles or any crazy shit. They can just see.
But the goggles probably work more than 50 feet, right?
Probably. But
And how long?
mean, this-
and how long does it last? Right?
well, yeah, that's the other question. I mean, this is obviously still early trials for this stuff, but I'm sure eventually they could make it last longer.
Yeah.
This is just like the first breakthrough of it
Yeah.
being able to work. So, as testing happens,
night
this will
vision-
be improved.
We can breathe underwater, right? That's a new one that they're working on. There's a supplement that they're working on trying to get you to, like,
Trying it, making people into fish.
I don't know, breathe underwater, but hold your breath for a real long time.
Yeah, yeah.
Steroids. I mean, well, yeah.
We're
evolving.
We are turning people into super soldiers. Are you going to be the next Captain America?
The next Captain America.
I'd rather be the next Thor.
Oh, you would? Why? You got a god complex? Is that what it is?
Because
I
he's
can
got
tell.
lightning and shit. No, actually, Iron Man would be pretty cool,
Why? He
too.
could be Raiden.
Oh, I'd take Raiden. Fuck yeah, I'd take Raiden over Thor any day.
Absolutely.
Speaking of which, the new Mortal Kombat.
I did see
Seen
that.
any of the fatalities for that?
I made the mistake of buying the last one because it was fun for like 7 hours, and then after that, it kind of got boring.
Dude,
but
this
now
one's
with
gonna
this
be
new one coming
amazing.
out, it's making me want it again. But I know it's
Dude.
going to get boring in 8 hours.
No, it's got a huge story mode to it too.
Does it?
To play through, yeah.
I want it to
This
be
one's gonna be good. Plus
want
the
it-
playable characters they announced. There's
Like
DLC
Jason and
characters.
Predator.
And Predator. Oh my god, Predator's gonna be brutal.
yeah, really brutal.
That is, and the fatalities that they've released online are brutal. They're fucking brutal, man.
I
I gotta go Nathan Explosion for that one. They're brutal.
I just don't want to
But-
get juggled in combos. I don't like games like that. You know, like the UFC game. It really did me in with just the intricacy of how you fought.
Yeah, yeah.
You know? But
Which Mortal Kombat's a totally different feel for
It is.
UFC.
Oh,
but
yeah. No, it
I
definitely
think
is.
they'll have ways around it. Like there's a guy that uses a bow and arrow, so you can use that to keep your enemy at a range and shit.
yeah, that was Nighthawk,
There's
right?
like-
no, not Nighthawk. Wolf.
Oh no, this is a totally new guy.
Oh yeah.
He's got like all different kinds of magical arrows and shit. But
You know what else was magical? This podcast.
this podcast, I saw that. I knew we were getting into that.
Oh shit. Number 14 in the bag.
That was a good one.
Awesome.
Good
So,
stuff.
yep.
Beware the TSA.
Beware
They'll
the
shoot
TSA. Oh, they might not yet. Okay.
you. Maybe.
Don't fearmonger people.
I know, right?
TheIntercept.org, Podbean.com. All right. Check them both out. Number 14. 15's on its way.
Game of Thrones, new season's coming up. Hashtag Stannis the Menace.
Okay, for all you
The one true king, Stannis Baratheon. Everybody should bend the knee to him right now. He will bring true justice to the realm.
All right, yeah. I hope somebody got that. So check that out, and yeah, that's it. Peace and love. Number 14.
Bye bye, guys.
Peace.